Every meal that you eat is followed by a glucose rise. This also would raise your insulin levels. The goal is to minimize this glucose rise so you're also keeping your insulin levels low. You want your blood sugar to be staying as constant as possible. This is when you would see that really stable energy kicking in. This blood sugar wave is also heavily influenced by stress, but for simplicity's standpoint, we're just going to be talking about food. Typically, like my doctor told me, the advice for dealing with blood sugar issues is to go with no carb or low carb. There are many other ways to help your blood sugar levels that don't involve reducing or eliminating your carbohydrate intake. One of the first things that you can do to help with your glucose levels is to eat a savory breakfast. And if you were to start your day with something like a bowl of cereal, fruit, pancakes dripped in syrup, this is going to create a blood sugar spike, which is going to lead to a blood sugar dip, which leaves you wanting more glucose. Starting your day out with a savory breakfast will help that blood sugar rise to not be so high, that dip won't be so low, and you stay more modulated through the rest of the day, just from one choice. The second thing would be to eat your foods in its whole form. So if you were to take and juice an apple versus eating the whole apple, you're eliminating all that fiber that can help control that blood sugar rise. And also not to eat naked carb. If you're choosing to eat pancakes for breakfast, make sure you have a protein source with that carbohydrate. Another interesting thing is to influence the way of how you ate. If you start off like a typical dinner, when you go out to a restaurant, they feed you bread. There's your carbs, there's your blood sugar spike. However, if you were to eat the bread after your meal, after you had your steak and asparagus, that bread wouldn't spike so high because it has that fat and protein to balance out the spike. Work out before your meals or go for a walk afterwards. Your body needs that glucose to create that energy so it gets used up. It's not just running rampant in your bloodstream, your body needs it. Besides these simple hacks, also there's kind of like these stages that you would want to be working for. Like, are you regularly consuming soda, fruit punch, Gatorade, things that already spike your blood sugar with no nutrient value? And then examine how many processed carbs you are actually eating. Potato chips, cereals, crackers, breads would be spiking your blood sugar really easily because you can kind of consider them already pre-digested. Your body doesn't have to do a lot to get it to digest. Quick, simple, fast energy. Consider how much you're actually eating of those, and if you can work on minimizing your consumption of those, your blood sugar would stay steadier. Some of those processed carbs, you're replacing them with a quality fat. Great way to balance out your meals. You'll have a great impact on your blood sugar.